I had a toxic boss, and why I'm making this video today is because I hope you'll be able to relate with this, and hopefully you don't feel alone after this video. So why I'm making this video is because I shared this story on LinkedIn lately, and I got a lot of messages from people telling me, hey, I live the same. Hey, it was really toxic in my work environment. So here I am. I'm Dave. I'm a CPA, chartered professional accountant, and I worked in corporate world for more than 10 years now. And all I have in my hands is a napkin. Yes, it is literally a napkin. And I am here in my beautiful home. So I just wanted to give a little bit of context. So I'm a CPA, as I just said, and I wanted to share that I was working in a video game company, and it was really toxic with my boss. So we were three people doing the same job. We were in accounting, of course, and basically I got there. Everything was fine at first. First few months, I had a 6 months contract. Everything was fine. I really loved my work. I was doing my best. It was super, super cool. But things kind of, as we say, shit hit the fan pretty quickly. So we realized, me and my team probably knew before I got there. But when you get hired, you don't say, hey, don't get in here. Like, we need your help. But it's a super toxic environment. So we had a really toxic boss, and I never had this kind of experience before. Like, it was never toxic for me. I always got along with my bosses. I think there are people in a leadership role which are supposed to elevate you, like help you get further ahead in your career, not like the other way around, not drag you down. So it was impossible promotions. It was you talk with your boss and you feel like you're being lied to every time you talk to your boss. And then what else, like lots of things, like she was, oh, I said she, my boss, I don't want to name the company, I don't want to get in trouble, but it's all a true story. It's my story. So we were, one day I was the best employee, and the other day I was the worst employee. And hey, don't tell your colleague, we were three doing the same thing. Don't tell your colleague I told you that. I was like, that's so weird, because she wanted something from me. She wanted something quick, like, hey, I don't want to tell you this, like, don't tell the others, but you're the best. You're the best hired we made in the last 5 years. Even all the people that left, they were not as good as you. That was a week, a great week, let's say. And then the week after, it was the opposite. Oh, you're not that great. Oh, I'm not giving you a promotion. Do you remember when you did that? Hey, I got an email here saying that you got late at one point, and that what you said was really bad. I was like, who's this from? When is this email dated? I'm not telling you. She was clearly bullshitting myself. So yeah, and what we did actually is we asked HR, and HR had 25 pages of, and this video is about like how I got away, but I really want to put some context. Like, I really wanted to give them the chance to keep me, because I really like the company. Like, I didn't like the team, the toxic environment and everything, but I like the company itself. And we met HR, we met the managing director of the office, and it was real big meetings. We're saying everything that happened. There was multiple, evidence that it was really bad environment, and we were tired, getting our mental health really affected. And from there, nothing happened. So after actually 8 months, and I had a 6 months contract, but they kept me there because they liked my job and everything. Yay, humble brag. And basically, I started looking for another job, because I was like, if I keep going, I will burn out. And I knew it was not like immediately. And I know we all have different contexts. I had the chance of being alone. I had a girlfriend at the time, but I didn't have any kids, so I didn't need the money. I could have taken 3 times off, 3 months off, sorry, but I didn't want to, because you want to grind. You can't take 3 months off, right? In the corporate world, you can't. Of course, I should have just left straight up, but I wanted to have another opportunity before. And we all have different contexts. If you have 5 kids, I understand you can't take 3 months off, even though it will be better for your mental health sometime. So I went in, I started an interview. The first one was an internal interview. So I wanted to switch from the accounting department to another department. It didn't really work. I wasn't really qualified for it. It's fine. They gave me my chance. I went to the interviews. Why would you want to do that? And I could not really find a real reason why I wanted to change, right? Because the real reason in my inner self was I want to get away from this toxic boss, AS to the P, ASA to the P, ASAP, you know? So basically, that was the first denied, yeah, the first denial I got, and it always hurt, right? I'm not good enough. My boss keeps telling me I'm really bad at stuff. I don't have great skills. I can't storytell properly. I can't calculate. Oh, I did a mistake there. It was the worst mistake of my life. It was always like that. I could not feel like the feeling of importance, the feeling of trust. It was always lack of trust. I was not good enough. At one point it was someone that was the best in the team, at the other point was someone else. It was really toxic. So that's my first interview. Didn't work out. I was like, fair enough. And second interview, it was animation studio here in Quebec City. I got there, the headhunters. I was at this point I was like on LinkedIn looking for a new job. Of course, I didn't tell anyone except my two colleagues because I was really close to them. So we were getting along pretty well in all of this. We were supporting each other, but even though it got really toxic sometimes. So second interview or second job I applied to, it was this animation studio. I got really, really far in the process. The headhunters were telling me, Dave, you're gonna get this job. They really loved you. They told me they were gonna hire you. Like, they're gonna hire you right now. Few interviews, actually like 3 or 4 interviews. We get along pretty well. What are your skill set? Why do you want to change? How I want new goals. Not like, oh, my boss is really toxic right now, I want to bail ASAP, that kind of stuff. I had to lie a little bit. You can't just straight up talk shit your boss at the next interview, which is rough because I'm a really transparent guy, as you can hear right now. Basically, we got into a few interviews. We got denied once again. They took someone else with more experience. So at this point, I was really starting to lose hope. I was like, I'm stuck in this fucking job forever now. Like, what's going on? Yeah, let's keep going. Waking up on the Monday morning and not feeling like going to work. Which day it's gonna be today? It's gonna be a happy boss that I'm the best employee, or the day that I'm the worst employee in the whole freaking company and I feel like shit every time I talk. When you got a one-on-one meeting and you're so stressed of like what's gonna happen in this one-on-one? Is it gonna be to give me a good job, applause or something, or is going to be bad once again? Like, it was really getting to my mind. Like, it was kind of, it was scary. Scary. I was about to say scary as F. It was scary. You should not be scared to go meet your boss. You should not be scared to talk to your boss. I know I said it at the beginning, but it should be someone that helps you, right? Should not be someone that you're afraid of. Doesn't make any sense. Are you afraid of your girlfriend? Are you afraid of your boyfriend? No. Same for your boss, okay? And I'm just gonna take my little napkins here. So yeah, two interviews or 2 round of interviews at 2 different places, and it drains energy to do interviews, right? Yes, you get the reps in, and I had a girlfriend at the time. I was talking more about my boss than about anything else. It was not how was your day at work. It was my job is shit. I hate it. I hate my boss. It should not be like that. It was draining everything, every energy we had in our couple, the relationship. That was actually rough. Third round of interviews, another video game company here in Quebec. I was like, that's my opportunity. It's right now. I'm getting the fuck out of here, and sorry for the cursing, but I'm getting the fuck out of here right now. And this is my new job. I get in there, first interview. It was not a headhunter this time. It was just me that found a job. I go there. It's super well. Did you ever manage a team? Yes, I did. Blah, blah, blah. Are you good in finance? Here's the team. Oh, they really like you. You already have this video game company experience. You're a huge gamer. You're going to get along pretty well with developers and everything. I was like, cool. Yeah, let's go. First interview, second interview. And now they're taking a lot of time to answer me, and I, in my deep mind, I don't say that, in my inner self, in my deep mind, I was like, okay, there's something wrong. They're not calling me back. Of course, they call me back. Dave, you don't have enough experience with managing people. We hired someone else, which actually was one of my friends that I worked with in my big four accounting firm. I worked at the beginning of my career. So he got the job. So it was my third denial in, like, I don't know, three months time, and it was really tough. It was really tough. I started missing some days, not a lot, just a few days. Like, I don't feel right today. I didn't go to work, so that kind of stuff. I didn't consult any psychologist. Maybe I should have, but I coped with that pretty well because I took it before it was too late. Like, when I felt like the thing was going wrong and is gonna end bad, I was like, it's time right now, because before I'm too tired, before I don't want to wake up any day of this life, I need to take actions and find another job. And I know it might be different for some people. Like, I'm really the kind of guy, like, okay, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and let's get going. I can't just, oh my god, this is so sad. It's easy to be into this and be, oh my god. No, you take action, you find another job. I'm an accountant. I'm not like a super specialized stuff. There are jobs everywhere, right? Let's just switch before it's too late. So that's what I tried to do. Got denied once again, as I just said. And then I found on LinkedIn, it was a post from a startup company that I knew because they were a client of my previous accounting firm that I just talked about. So I knew these guys and I was like, let's apply. I apply in 15 minutes. Not gonna lie, 15 minutes I receive a phone call. It's written Polka. I'm gonna name them because I love them. Polka. Okay, I'm gonna answer. I answer. It's Elizabeth from HR. Pretty cool girl. We talked for like an hour. So yeah, blah blah blah. Your experience and everything. I was like, holy cow, that was cool. That was pretty cool. And then it was during summertime. I think it was August. So like vacation and everything. I get on multiple interviews with the CEO. CEO, super chill guy. We get along pretty well. We just straight up say, crazy stuff. People that really with me, like, look like me. They wear the hat. Startup company, super cool vibe. I was like, oh my god, is that it? Like, when you meet someone, like a relationship, and you're like, is that it? Is that love? Is that my person? That's exactly how I felt. Things went pretty well, and then I left my job and I started on September 8th, 2020 at this company that is called Polka, a startup in the SaaS, software as a service. It was super cool. The team was really nice. I was working with the CFO directly. I got there 1 month and a half. I was used to not get, any project given, like, you lead the project, Dave. That was never happening to me. 6 week in, I have to redo the budget from scratch. It was a startup, like their Excel spreadsheets. It's this, their finance, the whole finance system is this. It's on a napkin. It's on a napkin on an Excel spreadsheet. So yeah, basically I get in there 6 week in. Basically, I have to redo the whole budget from scratch. January 2021, less than 3 months after I got there, or 4 months, we are fundraising a Series B. Lots of project. We have to develop every KPIs. I don't know anything about the company. We have to pitch the company to a lot of investors from San Francisco and everything. I'm in another world here. And it's like, Dave, I don't have time to manage this. You do it. It was very crazy, very different from what I was used to. And when you just feel that people trust you, your confidence goes so much higher, and then you want to learn, and then you want to give them back. My previous toxic boss, I didn't feel like helping. I didn't feel like working or helping. I didn't feel valued. I didn't feel like my opinion was important. I felt every time I talk, oh yeah, that's not a great idea. I mean, oh yeah, we'll see later. Versus my new company was, Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Let's act on it. Can you do a top five priority and show it and present it to us, and we're gonna do the first two or the first three ASAP. So that kind of stuff. So we raised this Series B that I was talking about, landed for $31 million. I mean, it was not only me; it was a team effort. But it's just like the vibe was so great. I was working a lot of hours. I've always been able to work a lot of hours when it was the right time. So that was it. That was the perfect match with my team. And what else I had to say about that? Basically, yeah, really great colleagues, really, really great vibe, really great company DNA, the company culture. So that's my story of a toxic boss. And if you are in this situation right now, my advice will be get out ASAP, because this boss won't get fired. And what's funny in this story? I mean, nothing is funny except that it ended well for me. I didn't have to go through depression or burnout or whatever, so that's good. But if you're going through this right now, just leave ASAP if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, just think about it. If you burn out, how much it's gonna cost you? Because this toxic boss will never get fired. It took 9 years. People from my previous company called me 9 years after she got hired. So like for me, it was like 3 years after I left the company. People called me and telling us justice has been made. How crazy is this? Random people, ex colleagues I was working with, texting me, I'm not there for 3 years anymore. Finally, justice has been made. How crazy it is that everyone in the freaking company. So, you know what? You're not the problem. Everyone in the company knew that it was toxic. That's strong, right? Maybe you don't like your boss. Maybe you think it's a toxic situation. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just, you don't get along pretty well. Fair enough. But when the whole company knows it and every other department know it, maybe it's a toxic situation. So this boss will never get fired, or it's going to be fired too late. You're going to be burned out. So I don't want to add more to it. I think that was pretty much it. If you relate with this story, of course, feel free to send me a DM, talk about it. I received a few messages already just from my post on LinkedIn, and I had to make this video. So if you relate, if you see yourself in this situation, you know what to do. Cheers, guys. I hope this conversation helped you a little bit. It was not a conversation, it was just me talking to both of my cameras. Anyways, peace.